What's up, YouTube? Listen, I know I have not been on in a while, and this is why I decided to jump on and go live. I typically only go live on my phone because I have not downloaded the drivers and everything that's needed to broadcast from my computer. So, once I do that, then I'll be broadcasting more often from my computer. But hello to all of you who are logging on and who will be logging on. I just wanted to jump on to give you guys some updates and just chat a little bit. What's up, Maisha? Hey, Heavenly. Um, so many of you who follow me on social media, like you've seen some changes. You've noticed that I haven't been on YouTube often this year. And for those of you that don't know, there's just been a lot of changes with laws from the US government and a lot of things that have been happening with the internet, specifically net neutrality and SESTA FOSTA, which has been censoring sex workers, which includes those of us who speak about sex openly. So because of that, YouTube has been, what up, Kendrick? What up, Cindy? So because of the SESTA FOSTA laws that the US government has implemented, it has censored us. And I've been going through it on social media and YouTube all year, and so I've been kind of laying low. What up, Jermaine? Joy, you are welcome, and we'll talk about that in a minute. She was mentioning my ride and cowgirl. What's up, Michelle Moore? So I want you all to know that I have not abandoned YouTube and I have not abandoned social media. What I've been doing this year is restructuring and rebranding. Hey, goddess of music. Yes, I do feel better today. Thank you. I have worked really hard. So my 7-year anniversary of Glamerotica101.com and me being a sex educator was yesterday on Labor Day. I started my blog on Labor Day 2011. And so it's been 7 years since I've been doing this work, and I've done a damn good job building up this following and building up this influence. And so I don't want to do anything that would jeopardize all of the work that I've been doing here on YouTube and been doing on social media. And I'm super, super, super excited. I am a happily married woman, Kendrick. Thank you. And I am so happy that my channel has reached over 300,000 subscribers. So I'm super excited about it. Now, the thing with YouTube is that they have explicitly placed inside of their terms and conditions that sexual content is not allowed on YouTube unless it is educational. Okay? And so now what I have to do, like what they've been doing is going through and age restricting all of my videos. They like even videos where it's like me just talking like this and having sex toys and doing reviews and stuff, they've been age restricting them. So I've just been letting my page chill, and I've been letting YouTube do what they do as far as all of the changes and stuff that's been going on, so that way my page will be straight. Joy, listen, I know my stuff is educational. And what I know is that there is a bias, okay? There is a bias. And not to pull the race card or the color card or anything like that, but high key, there are people on YouTube who aren't as brown as me and who aren't as thick as me, who produce content that's way more sexual and explicit than what I produce and not educational in any kind of way, and it's sliding under the radar. And I just don't understand that. But instead of getting upset about it, I'm just letting things be exactly as they are. And I am allowing things to blow over. And like I said, I'm restructuring how I'm going to be filming my videos. I'm looking for interns right now to assist me with getting this work done. And even though my content is not explicit, that's on YouTube, I'm going to have to dial it back a little bit. And my goal is to place my uncensored, unfiltered content on my app. So that was my second announcement that I wanted to let you all know. I have been um, I have been working on an app. My app has been in development ever since Instagram shut me down. I know you guys saw that live that I did back in February. But Instagram, they shut me down. They took my page down. I was almost at 100K followers. I was going viral. And for reasons unknown and for reasons that they never told me, Instagram snatched my page down and never even allowed me to contest or get it back. But that's okay. The new page that I have on Instagram is at Real Glamazon Tayomi, REAL Glamazon Tayomi. And I actually enjoy the page. I'm still getting really good visibility there, and the people who are following me are amazing, and the people who I'm now following are amazing too. So shouts out to Instagram for inspiring me to develop my own app and having my own platform, because that's what it's all about. It's about ownership. And as much as I love social media and you love using these platforms, I don't own them. So I could fight back and push back and do all of that. And what I know is that the only way I'm going to be successful is if I own my own shit. Katie, yes. I already have my own website, Glamerotica101.com, which is a blog site, sexperttayomi.com, which is a site to keep up with what I have going on. So instead of creating another site, I decided, why not create an app that A, will be easier for me to update, B, will be easier for all of you to navigate, and C, will be easier for all of you to access all of the information that I have for you, including news about my events, news about me, my features. I do a lot of radio, I do a lot of podcasts, I do a lot of feature stuff on other people's channels and stuff, and many of you don't know about it because it's just all over the place. And all of you don't follow me on all of my social media, and I don't always make announcements about everything that I do on all of my social media. So this app is a way for all of you to keep up with me. It's going to be videos, pay-per-view videos that will be adult content, because I am a porn producer. I've already won an award for a video that I produced for Royal Fetish Films featuring Jet Setting Jasmine and King Noir called Collared in Shadows. So yes, your girl is an award-winning adult filmmaker. And so my goal is to still create educational content, but just making it like full on sex, because many of you do want to see that. Many of you want to see the advice that I give in action. So I will be producing content for that. And I will not be starring in these films being penetrated in any hole. Just letting you know that. And I will be in some of the videos as well, more so as a person who is instructing. And it's going to be so many different concepts. Like I already have, for YouTube, I have like over 120 concepts to film for YouTube that will have uncensored versions of it on my app. And the app will be a free download. And the app will be subscription based, but it's just going to be $2.99 a month. I'm making it extremely cheap so that all of you can afford it, and so that all of you who are fans of me here on YouTube, Michael Hubby is great. I want everybody around the world to be able to afford the app, and I want you all to be able to have access to comprehensive sex education at an affordable price. The one thing that we all advocate for as sex educators is to be paid for the work that we do. And what I understand is that everybody has a different price point. Everybody has a different amount of money that they make monthly. Some people don't make as much as others, and yet you still want access to this information, and you deserve access to the information. So it's going to be cheaper than your Netflix bill. And I'm pretty sure many of you can afford to pay at least $32 a year. So that's the plan. Well, people, there you have it. Yep, I'm just saying, like, there have been so many of you who have reached out to me about my classes and events and stuff, and some of you will say, like, oh, I can't afford that. And I completely understand. No judgment here. And I'm creating this app as another option for people who want to have a little deeper education, and as a way for you to afford it. So I need $32 for beer. Yo, my man, I spend $32 on food in one day. I spend $32 on like bottles, you know what I'm saying? Like $32, $32, we spend it in the blink of an eye. Yet when it comes to things that can better our lives, we don't want to invest in it. Like, therapy actually is a privilege because it's pretty expensive. And not everyone has insurance to cover it, and not everyone has the disposable income or the extra income to be able to afford therapy or advice or coaching or whatever. Ooh, excuse me. So I'm keeping it cheap so that way everybody can afford it. I just want as many people as possible to be able to enjoy the content. And I want to live in peace. You know what I'm saying? I want to live in peace. I want to live in peace knowing that whatever I post is not going to be taken down or censored. I want to live in peace knowing, what up, Showtime? I want to be in peace knowing that I'm not going to be attacked for what I post online when all I'm doing is trying to help people. That's all I've ever done ever since I started my blog, Glamerotica101.com. And it's been 7 years of greatness, 7 years of 7 years of a lot of hard work. 7 years of sticking up for myself, 7 years of setting boundaries, 7 years of production. And I appreciate all of you who are new followers. And all the work that I have here on YouTube is so old, yet it's still providing for me. So this is the thing, you guys. The app is almost done. My developer emailed me a few days ago and told me that we will be doing a test this week. So electricity bill she gotta pay too, just like us. China, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, I did a tally of all the bills that are for my business. Like, it costs me at least $1,000 a month to keep my entire brand running. From the stores, from private hosting, for all the tools that I use to run my business online, I have to be making at least $1,000 a month in order to keep all this stuff running. So I have no problem like asking for what I want. And for me, I'm like, if you are paying to access information that I am giving you, I'm looking at you paying me as gifts of financial gifts of appreciation. Because if you appreciate the work that I do, if you appreciate the information that I give to you, if you appreciate the changes that you experience, if you appreciate the changes that you experience in your life from the words that you hear from me and the content that I produce, then it should be nothing for you to give me $2.99 a month for that. You know what I'm saying? It's just $2.99, folks. And I'm happy to be able to price it at that. So I'm hoping that my app will be launched by the end of September. The original goal was July. So I know before the end of the year, the app will be live. And when the app is live, that's when you're going to see me producing more content for YouTube. My goal is to update YouTube at least 3 times a week. So like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I really want to get on a regular schedule with updating YouTube, just so that all of you will know when I will be producing something and, well, not just producing, but actually putting something up online. And like I said, every video that you see will be on YouTube, will have a uncensored compliment. Because at this point, I'm just not willing to risk. Hey Wendy, I'm just not willing to risk everything that I've built here by putting questionable content up, if that makes any sense. And what's fucked up is that I'm even questioning myself now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have done nothing wrong. Everything that I do is tasteful. I'm wearing clothes in all my videos. It's instructional, yet my shit's being age restricted. First of all, 13-year-olds are having sex. They most definitely are. 13-year-olds, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds, they write me asking me for advice too. So how come we need to age restrict this stuff? We don't. What's interesting is that when it comes to 13, like children and then teenagers up to 17, they're okay with like educating about biology and anatomy, right? But when it comes to speaking about pleasure, they don't want children to access that content for whatever reason. They feel like it's corrupting them or whatever. But it's like, if kids are already having sex, they need to know how to do it in a way that's pleasurable. Because what other reason are they having sex for? to feel good, right? To connect, right? At least I would think that's why children are having sex. But anyway, I digress. I The first rollout of the app is going to have a news section, blog section, videos, events section, and a photo gallery. The second rollout will have a shop, so you'll be able to buy products that I produce and also products that I recommend for your sex life and your health and beyond. And then the third rollout will have a live capability. So just like how I'm going live right here, I will be going live on my app. And then, yeah, so that way I don't necessarily have to come on social media to go live. So I'm super excited about that. And someone said I should have a swingers tab. I'm not going to be doing that because this app isn't for that. This app is like the 2.0 version of Glamerotica. So this app is a source for sexual information. Now, when we have articles about, open relationships and the lifestyle and all that, sure. Will I have references for people? If this freaking Puerto Rican, this app is not a dating app. This app is not a dating app. I've already said what the menu is. This is the 2.0 version of my blog site. This is not a dating app. It's not a dating app. It's not a dating app. The Glamerotica101 app is not a dating app. Okay? It's not a dating app. Now, in 2019, what I will be doing is creating a travel tribe. I have to, I think I lost my domain name, the original one that I had, and I'm going to go back in and see if I can buy one that's similar. And what this travel tribe will be is a membership for those who are nudists and for those who are into exploring the lifestyle. And that will be a group where we will have monthly meetups in different cities, meetups online, so on and so forth, and then we will be taking trips. Yes, in the ebony community. There you go. Yep, that's my niche. And I'm not saying you don't, if you're not black and you want to join the tribe, you totally can. And the tribe is for people of color. Just saying. And the reason why I'm creating it is because what I know is that there are a lot of young people my age, a little younger, a little bit older, like I'm 30, right? So there are other 30-year-olds and then like 25 through 30-year-olds and 30 through 35-year-olds who are like, I want to be a part of travel groups and stuff like that, but I don't know where to look for them. And then also there are people who are like, I'm looking for good-looking people. And it's interesting because a lot of those like travel groups and like swingers groups or lifestyle groups, no shade, but some of them really just don't be having a lot of attractive-looking people. So I know I attract attractive-looking people. Okay, I've seen a lot of my followers in real life. I've interacted with a lot of you online. Many of you are so beautiful, so handsome. I appreciate all of you. So there's a lot of great things coming for Glamerotica, a lot of great things coming. The minimum age is 21. Well, yeah, sorry. Minimum age is 21. You gotta be 21 because we're gonna be drinking and doing all kind of stuff. And I know legal age for sex stuff is 18, but 21. Because 18, you a kid still. Sorry. Not sorry. Plus, we're going to be like traveling and going to retreats and different stuff like this. And I just want people who, A, can afford to travel to be there, and B, people who are mature to be there. So I'll keep you all posted about that because I wanted to start it this year, but I just felt like I was a little overwhelmed. Okay, now let me go back to read some of these comments. Edwin said, we definitely can't run away from reality. Sex is happening and will continue to, just like anything else. We need to constantly learn, unlearn, and relearn. Oh, yes. That unlearning and the relearning part is so important because a lot of what we believe are our own thoughts about sex are not. It's a combination of thoughts from parents and peers and church and all of that. So, Michael, church is every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on Zoom broadcast. I would suggest that you follow us there. I don't always broadcast church on YouTube. Okay. China says, remember Dr. Ruth, the little old lady who came on TV? You remind me of her in Soul. Yes, sis. Dr. Ruth was one person who I looked up to, and I was like, I want to be like her, just black. I want to have all the opportunities like she had and have a TV show and all of that. So, super excited. Candy, thank you for the love. You all the way in the UK, Red Locks. It doesn't matter. You can be in the UK and still be a part of Travel Club. Who said we're not coming to the UK? And who says you can't come over to the United States? I'm just saying. Got a plane? We'll travel. Just saying. D Star says, I feel that you're apt to be the next big thing to you moving to the next level. It's up to us to support and build that platform so that you could be the next big production sex educational company. You know what, D Star? You're gonna make me cry right now. Like, you're really gonna make me cry right now. Because what you said is exactly my thoughts. So when I first started Glamerotica 7 years ago, my goal was to be an international brand and to touch people all over the world. 7 years later, I've done that, and I'm an international sexpert. I've traveled the world. I've done everything. Yeah, Michael, you can be 57. You can be 57 and join a travel group. It's cool. As long as you're 21. You can be 21, you can be 80. I don't care. As long as you have the free spirit. But D-Star, thank you for saying that, because that is my goal. My goal is for this app to be the #1 sourced app for sexual education and for sexual content. There are so many sources of sex out here in the world, but there aren't many like educational sources that you feel like you can trust. There are so many articles out there, so many blog sites out there, and it's all very scattered, and it makes it difficult to like be able to choose what you're going to look at. And then sometimes the sources that you will read don't always have comprehensive or factual information. So Glamerotica101 app will be that source. And with 300,000 plus subscribers on YouTube and close to 500,000 subscribers across the internet, I know that the app will be successful. So I'm super happy about that. And thank you so much, D-Star, for saying that. And I really do pray and hope, not hope, I pray and I know that all of you will support me in this because it's supporting yourself. Hey, Jackson, what's up? Okay, I can't even pronounce your name. Asha. You really make a person feel comfortable with their sexuality and you give them advice so they can be better. Yes, I do, and thank you for saying that. And it's interesting because I've been getting a lot of feedback from many of you about other sex educators, and I know that some of you have been feeling like other educators can come off judgmental, other sex educators, and I know some of you have been feeling like other sex educators aren't as personable, and that's one of the things that I've always strived for, was being personable, being approachable, and passing no judgment. Judgment is the freaking reason why people are in the situation they're in now, being sexually repressed. Negative judgment about how they choose to express themselves or what they choose to subscribe to or be attracted to. And the truth is, we can't help what we're attracted to. We can't. And from Uganda. Oh, hello, Uganda. The app will be Glamerotica101 app. It's not on the market yet. It's not available yet. And my app will not be available through Google Play or Apple Store or iTunes because they will ban me. They will not accept my app because it is a sexually based app. And this is one of the many hardships that we are faced with as sex educators and sex workers, is not being accepted on certain platforms because we do advocate for sexuality. So my app will be completely independently ran. It has its own hosting, it has its own website and everything. So if you're gonna be looking for an iTunes store and all that, it won't be there. I'm just letting y'all know. It's not right. It's not right, Roxanne. And this is what I've had to face every day since I started doing this work for 7 years. I've been blocked by Cash App. I've been blocked by PayPal 3 times. They recently just took my account down, so I'm no longer using PayPal. I've been rejected by Periscope. I've been rejected by Instagram. I've been rejected by Facebook. I've been rejected by certain banks. I've been rejected by certain hosting platforms because they do not accept sexual content on their platforms. So when I tell you, you will find the app because the app will be advertised on my YouTube channel and on my social media. And the app will have its own website, Glamerotica101app.com. It will be very easy to find it. And you'll be able to Google me, and it'll be very easy to find the app. But there are so many things that I have had to deal with and that I've had to get around to even run my YouTube page, my social media, my online store, everything. And so when many of you come to me and you're asking me about like where's the content and stuff, y'all don't even see half of the things that I have to go through to even do my job. Y'all don't. So I appreciate it when you all give me encouragement and you tell me to keep going and you let me know how much you appreciate my content and how much you appreciate the things that I'm putting out, because that's what keeps me going. When I'm faced with content being taken down or content stolen or people telling me that I'm doing something wrong, when all I'm doing is helping people around the world. That's the only thing I'm doing. Yeah, Roxanne, I do need more appreciation. I deserve more appreciation because I give out a lot of content for free. And you want to know what the appreciation is? Roxanne, is people supporting the app when it drops. That's appreciation. That's appreciation. Vietnamese says, well, this conversation makes it clear to me why adult entertainment is a specific area of legal practice. You're damn right. We have to have our own lawyers, our own representation, our own merchants, our own everything. Because they ostracize us. They ostracize us because they are repressed. And it's fucked up. But I do not let that stop me. I don't. Yes, Michael. Rejection is protection and redirection. So I'm currently working with a merchant who's awesome. I have a store platform that's awesome. I have a web host that's awesome. So, you know, I'm happy. I'm happy. Oh, what up, Edwin? All the way from Kenya. Thank you for the love and support. So just know, y'all, I'm staying strong. Yes, Octavia, I'm staying strong because I'm good at what I do. And when I receive messages from people and when I meet, like I met so many people in Chicago at Exotica, and to see the faces of the people and to see their tears and to get their hugs and not just even in Chicago, like in all Exoticas that I do, I meet so many people and they all just show me so much love and tell me just how much they appreciate me and how much I've influenced their life in a positive way. And that's what keeps me going, because I'm like, no matter what the government or what the internet or what the powers that be or these platforms try to do to block us from doing our work, we're not going to stop. And I know I'm not going to stop. And Glamerotica isn't just going to be about me. It's going to be a safe place for all sex educators in many different niches to be able to teach and be able to get their information out. And I'm also working on something very powerful and very major that I will not speak on yet on YouTube until I get all of the legal parameters in place, because it's something that has never been created, but it's something that's necessary, and it will be a mainstay and a staple in media for many years to come, and I'm going to create it. So, oh, merci beaucoup, Bryce. Thank you. So, yes, I'm super excited about that. And Michael says, will you be talking about full-figure sisters? I think they are beautiful, and America is too biased against full-figure women as if they're not sexy. I hate that. Well, I'm gonna tell you something, Michael. Most of the women that follow me are full-figured. I'm a big woman too. I'm 5'10" and a quarter, 200 something pounds, and my weight yo-yos back and forth. I've been a thick woman my whole life. I don't know what it's like to be slim. I really don't. The slimmest I ever was like maybe 170. and wearing like a size 8. That was the slimmest I ever was. And I was depressed then, okay? But I always show love to my full figure sisters because we are the same. So as far as having more information about like sex as it pertains to plus size people, absolutely. And I'm looking for more educators who have that as a speciality as well, because they are out there. Oh, thank you. All the way from Australia. See, that's what I'm talking about. Worldwide love. We got Paris, Kenya, UK, Australia. That's what I'm talking about. The love from all around the world. As long as y'all got me, that's all I care about. As long as y'all got me and y'all support me, we in there. Lorianne says, sex is a part of everyday adult life. Your videos are very tasteful and still so sexy and sensual. See, that's what I'm saying. Every time, like, in my videos, and I also got some really great advice from Naomi Banks. Shouts out to her. She's like a mentor to me. Freaking love her. I was like, I want to skirt the line. I want to skirt the line of decency while still educating. So, and I think what makes the video sexy is the fact that I'm sexy. You know what I mean? Because it's not like I'm doing anything extra. So, but I've always strived to do that. I've always strived to keep it sexy, but keep it classy. Okay? Sexy, but classy. Even the adult content that I'm going to produce is going to be the same way. So, just know that. Uncircumcised versus circumcised thoughts. Hold on. I'm going to get back to that. You trying to meet me in Canada, Roxanne? Well, guess what? I'm going to be in Canada next year, so let's get it popping. Lorianne says, 5'6", 252 pounds, my man loves me. I know he do all that fluffiness. I love you too. Classic, man. E says, so many women think they have to be skinny to be sexy. Yes, they do. And you know what that is? That's programming that's societal programming. And what I know is that you ain't got to be slim to be sexy. You really don't. And I'm just, I'm happy that my curves are embraced and that I'm embracing my body. And I love embracing the bodies of other people too. I just freaking love that. Listen, D-Star, all that's going to be on the app. The app is 2.0 of Glamerotica101.com, which is a sex education blog. So it's going to be all things sex in all the niches. Plus size, BDSM, kink, heterosexual, bisexual, homosexual. It's going to be everything. There's going to be advice for everything on the app. Okay? So there will be no stone left unturned. We're even going to be talking about things that people don't want to talk about, like infidelity and incest and all kind of shit. When I say I've been over here working silently planning, I've been working silently planning, okay? So it's a lot, it's a lot that I have planned for this. They hit that Serena Williams on you. You can't help that you look good. Listen. I'm never going to be ashamed for being a beautiful black woman. I'm never going to be ashamed for being a big, beautiful black woman. I'm not ever going to be ashamed for being thick and having booty and all of that and brains. Never, 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 never. So, and I'm not going to put on more clothes because more clothes ain't going to help it. And, I'm sitting on some videos right now with Rock and Shay that I have so much trepidation about uploading because there's so much ass. Shay's ass is a chocolate goodness. And then my ass is milk chocolate goodness. So, yeah, it's like, I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to feel trepidation about posting up things that I know are good content, So, now, back to Jay Smith's comment or question, uncircumcised versus circumcised. Let me tell you something. And it is a unpopular opinion, and I don't even care. The app is going to be $2.99 a month. So, circumcision is an attack on male bodies. Circumcision is an unnecessary practice. Circumcision, and I'm going to have another video just about circumcision in itself. Circumcision, what happens is the penis becomes keratinized. meaning it hardens. Okay? The male penis is a mucous membrane. The surface is a mucous membrane. The glans is a mucous membrane. The whole purpose of the foreskin is to protect that membrane from drying out. So when you remove the foreskin, then the glans becomes hardened and it dries out and it loses its sensitivity. Now the penis still has relatively a good amount of sensitivity, but not as much as if you have your foreskin intact. So the foreskin has a purpose. It's there for a reason. But there is an industry. There's an industry around foreskin. The foreskin that is removed from babies is used for a lot of the beauty products that are on the market. There's an entire industry around using that skin for medical research and for beauty products and other products that have elastin in it and all that. Yeah. That's really the only reason why they continue to do circumcision, is because doctors are making money off of that. They're making money off of that. But circumcision is an attack on male bodies, and it's unnecessary. And I don't shame anyone whether they have a circumcised penis or uncircumcised. And I like them all. It doesn't matter. And people's number one reason for circumcision is like, oh, it's just cleaner that way. No, it's not. All right? Does foreskin collect bacteria? Yeah, damn right it does. Just like the folds of your labia collect bacteria, ladies. Stop shaming men who have foreskin. Because there are so many men out here who feel so insecure about their penises because some woman called the shit a turtleneck. Women, we got to realize the damage that we are also causing to men and their perception of themselves because of our ignorance. That's straight ignorance. When you make fun of somebody's body because it's intact. A penis with foreskin is how you were born. A penis with foreskin is how God intended for it to be. Why would we play God and think that we know? Alpha dog, you don't even know, unless you were circumcised when you were like well into being sexually active, how would you know it feels better without foreskin? You would never know what it feels like to have sex with foreskin unless you were a male adult with foreskin and then you chose to have your foreskin removed. And I'm going to tell you something. The men that I know that were circumcised in their adulthood, they say that there is a difference in how it feels. It absolutely is. Because your penis has to harden. It has to harden. So that way you're not having orgasms every other minute, or so that your sensitivity isn't so heightened when it's rubbing up against your jeans or when it's rubbing up against your drawers. And for the men out there who are circumcised, you have no choice but to accept your dick as it is, because you don't know anything different. Your parents took that away from you. Your parents attacked your body, and they're innocent because they were told that this was necessary. And sometimes, parents don't even give permission. It's just done. It's just done. So, you know, it's no judgment of those who have foreskin and who don't have foreskin, but this is just a fact. Circumcision is an attack on male bodies, and it needs to stop. And there are many doctors who have refused to do circumcisions because they say it's not medically necessary. Right. Michael says, pull the skin back and wash it. That's it. Very simple. Very simple. It ain't even that deep. If medical doctors are saying it's an unnecessary practice, why would we continue to do it? You know? Extra thing was irritating when I was young. I had to remove it. Well, there are men in this world who medically, like, foreskin is causing them grief or causing them pain because of how it was attached or how it's grown, and that's understandable. If you're having irritation or you're getting like frequent infections and stuff like that, but the majority of the men in this world don't have that experience. And for doctors to even say like, oh, if you remove foreskin, it reduces testicular cancer and penis cancer and all that, it's like, yo, those chances are slim. You're just trying to get more money out of people. So absolutely, and that shit costs. That's a surgery that's gonna be on your bill after you have the child. Like, come on. But that's how I feel about it. And I advocate against circumcision. And our children, our sons, my husband and I, our sons will not be circumcised. And I knew that he was the one when he came to me and he told me that before I even told him. He was like, our sons are not being circumcised. I was like, oh my God, this man is the one. This man is the one. So I advocate for men's rights, and I advocate for men's bodies not to be attacked. That's not okay for parents to take that away from a child. In England, it's normally only done for religious reasons. Yeah, in Europe and in Canada, so many men have intact penises, and I fucking love that. I absolutely love that. But in America and like certain places in Africa, it's like a common thing. You know? So, I just really am not for it. I'm for men making that choice. It's like when you get older, if you want to remove your foreskin, go right ahead and do that because that's your right. But your parents have no right. They have no right to do that to you. I'm not even piercing our children's ears. I ain't doing none of that. It's like, if you want to get your ears pierced, you get them pierced when you old enough. Or if you say, whenever you have consciousness and you're like, I want to have earrings and I want pierced ears, then I'll take you to get them pierced. You know? Anything that involves our children's bodies, they make that decision. This person who said circumcision is good, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to have your opinion. And circumcision is an attack on men's bodies, period. That's a fact. That's not an opinion, okay? That's a fact. So, and again, how can you say circumcision is good when you didn't even have a choice? You can't say something is good if you don't have a choice. Kiara, somebody asked me what was my thoughts about circumcision versus circumcised penises versus uncircumcised. And I was basically sharing with everybody that it's an attack on men's bodies. And it's not medically necessary. And the penis is intact when a baby is born for a purpose. And when a parent chooses to remove that, it's an attack on the baby's body. You didn't even give, the child didn't even give permission for that to happen. And you want to know what else, people? It is the first trauma that men experience in their life, the first sexual trauma. Yeah. Circumcision is trauma, y'all. And you carry that for the rest of your life. And guess what? There is a scar that you will forever have to look at. It's sad. It's really sad. Have I noticed the difference when performing oral sex? No, you pull that shit back and you suck it. It's really not that deep. It's really not that deep. Bro, it don't matter if it was done when you were sleeping. It is a trauma sustained to your body. Period. No matter what you think. You're holding trauma in your penis that you're completely unaware of. One day, when you're ready, you can relieve that trauma with me. So, women are circumcised in certain African countries, and they are not circumcised by their own desire. Now, that is most definitely an attack on women's bodies. That is mutilization, all right? Female genital mutilization. That is not okay. That is absolutely not okay. So, circumcision is, and that's the thing. If circumcision of women is mutilation, then why isn't it the same for men? Why isn't it the same for men if it's that for women? It's the same damn thing. Same damn thing. I had to get my charger because my phone's dying. I have 4 brothers, 2 circumcised and 3 not, including myself, and we love it, and they say they are less sensitive. Of course they are. Of course they are. They're going to be less sensitive because that's what happens. That's what happens when you get circumcised. So, like I said, it's an unpopular opinion. And it's not an opinion, it's a fact. So, hey, Alpha Dog, you can think whatever you want. You're entitled to have your opinion. I don't care though. Because, again, you're making it so personal because it happened to you. And because in your case, you were having issues with your foreskin. And so, because that was your experience, you're like, oh, circumcision is great. Yes, circumcision was great for you because it helped you have a better experience with your body. But it's not the same for everyone. Oh, female circumcision, that's not right. And it's the same thing. But see, it's also the intention. The intention behind female circumcision is they don't want women to experience pleasure. So they mutilate their genitals. But what they don't even understand is that just because you destroy the glands doesn't mean that a woman cannot experience pleasure. Because the glands or the visible part of the clitoris is only a part of it. The clitoris has a shaft, and it has legs, and it has bulbs, and those legs and those bulbs, they basically help provide sensation to the vagina. And the trauma that is sustained from female genital mutilization can be healed with authentic tantra. We'll get more into that stuff in another video. Thanks, Teresa. If you're uncircumcised, it's a good chance you're gay. William C., it's a good chance you're gay. Because it sounds like you're projecting right now. And if you're gay, nothing wrong with that. Because I've had sex with plenty of straight men that have uncircumcised penises. So, William C., if this is your way of coming out and saying you're gay, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy that you've come out on my YouTube channel right now. Freaking love that. I'm so happy for you. If you want any advice on how to hook up with guys, Will, we can help you out with that. There's plenty of websites you can go on or apps, like Tinder, Grindr, or whatever. Go ahead and do that, my friend. Enjoy, love. Thanks, Apollo. So let me go back up. I'm looking at comments right now. That's like women who get their clitoris is very traumatic. And my son circumcised at 4 years old, and I think it really hurt him, but now I know better. Of course it really hurt him. And this is the thing, we don't even understand how that trauma carries out in a person's life. Because, again, this is stuff that people aren't talking about. The only thing that's promoted are the things that are going to benefit other people. And it's like, oh, well, and again, they make these excuses for, come up with these reasons for why it's better, and it's just simply not. It's nothing that hygiene can't handle, okay? Classic Manny says, I think it's worse for women. Men don't have to go through that excruciating pain. Men just have their right taken away. No, you do go through excruciating pain. You're just a baby and you don't remember it, but it's literally ingrained into your subconscious. So do not think that you haven't gone through trauma or pain like the women who get their genitals mutilated. It's just that the intention is different. So the process is more brutal for women because they want them to feel that pain. When you're a baby or when you're a young person and you get circumcised or whatever, or even if you're an adult and you get circumcised, it's in a medical facility, right? And you're numbed up and all that stuff like that, or you're put to sleep. I mean, yeah, it's the intention is different. And because the intention is different, the process of removal is going to be different. See, they're removing foreskin from the male penis. Female genital mutilization, they're not just removing the clitoral hood, they're cutting off and damaging the glands in itself. So it would be like cutting off the head of your penis. But nevertheless, you still experience pain. Your nervous system still registers that as trauma, and it's still being held within your body. You're just not aware of it. You're just not aware of it, but it's in your subconscious. So, yes. AJ, I'm working on my first manuscript now, 101 Ways to Spice It Up. and it will be published before the end of the year. And I will be doing a book tour in 2019, free RSVP events, and there will also be play parties. That's my goal. Is for all of my book signings to be play parties as well, so that way we can experiment with things and have fun at the same time. And now I feel confident in learning about sex, female, sexual health, and I keep continuing to learn sex. Thank you again. You're welcome, Apollo. Let me see. Is it scientifically true that circumcision reduces the chances of HIV? Bro, no. Listen. Whether you circumcised or uncircumcised, you can get HIV if you are exposed to bodily fluids of a person who is infected. Not saliva, but blood, vaginal secretions, penile secretions. You could catch HIV from blood transfusions or sharing needles with someone who's HIV positive. So no, absolutely not. If you are having unprotected sex as an uncircumcised man and with someone who's infected, chances are you will be infected. Unless you go and get some emergency PrEP or something. So, yeah. What do you think about ass eating? It's wonderful. That's it. That's it. I'm not going into a discussion about ass eating right now. Ass eating, if that's what you want to do, make sure it's clean and get to it. That's it. Roxanne says, any advice on what to do if, for example, my significant other wants our child circumcised, but I don't? It's the child's choice. And you let your significant other know that it's your child's choice and that that's not something that is necessary. And your significant other doesn't have a say-so in what the child wants. The child does. So you let him know, no, it's not happening. We're going to let him make the decision when he's ready. That's it. Sir, you can get rid of, you can get, he said you can get an STD from oral sex. Yeah. You know, it's so interesting how people don't think that you can. Your mouth, your throat is a mucous membrane, meaning these membranes are porous and, or permeable, I should say. These membranes are permeable and they are direct portals into your bloodstream. So if someone has chlamydia and you give them head, you can get chlamydia in your throat. This is why they do throat swabs too. When you have symptoms, they do throat swabs to check. And there are so many people catching chlamydia and gonorrhea in their throats currently. I mean, did you guys see the new statistics that came out about the number of reported STD cases in America? 2.3 million last year. That's double what it was in 2016. That is horrible. Horrible. Gonorrhea, syphilis, and chlamydia on the rise. Horrible. A plateau in our research on HIV. Not good. 2.3 million diagnosed positive cases. And those are the known cases. There are so many people living in this country that are carrying an STD and they don't even know it. So if there are 2.3 million positive cases reported, imagine how many people are living in this country with an STD and they have no idea. And that's just in America, folks. Just saying. Know your status and wrap that shit up. Because it's not that serious. It's really not that serious. Lorraine, my ex-husband burned me and he was circumcised. My new man is uncircumcised and I never got burned by him. Your ex-husband was being a dirty dog. Was being a dirty dog. And I'm going to tell you something too. People don't think about this, and I'm going to make a whole other video on this. It's another topic. Chemical compatibility. There are some people that you were just not chemically compatible with. So when you have sex with them, there's all kind of shit that could happen. And women are more sensitive to this than men are. This is why sometimes like your vagina may dry up. You know, your vagina may be resistant, or you may end up getting BV or yeast infection after having sex with somebody, or getting a UTI. Chemically, you're just not compatible. That's a thing. I know someone who knows 2 girls and 1 guy who just got herpes. Herpes is the most common STD in the world. It is estimated that 70% of the world population has HSV1 in their bloodstream. If you have had chicken pox, guess what? Guess what? You got HSV1 in your blood. Herpes is a skin condition, ladies and gentlemen. Herpes is a skin condition. Herpes is a skin condition that can be passed skin to skin. Okay? Skin to skin. And the tests that test for herpes are not conclusive. They're not good tests to really conclude that, because practically everybody has HIV. Oh my God, herpes. I keep thinking about the H STDs that have no cure. HPV, HIV, herpes. So, that's not something I'm making up. You can go look that up. If you have had chicken pox, you have HSV1 in your blood. Now, HSV1 is like cold sores and shit. HSV1 is like cold sores. So if you've ever had a cold sore, that's HSV1. Okay? Now, it's HSV2 when it's on your genitals. So, and the crazy part about it is that even if a person doesn't have an outbreak, it can still be spread. But just because a person has herpes does not mean that you're going to contract herpes if you have sex with them. And there are ways to have sex with people who have herpes and still protect yourself. Oral sex and everything. So, hey, Amanda Mitchell, what's going on? Unfortunately, it's midnight in Kenya. I need to sleep. Oh, good night, Edwin. Thank you for joining on. So, yeah, and you know, one thing that I'm working towards too is helping to end the stigma around STDs. Listen, if you are a sexually active person, you want to know what the truth is? If you are a sexually active person, this means that you will come in contact with an STD at some point in your life, or come into contact with somebody who has had something at some point in your life. STDs are a part of being sexually active. And another part of being sexually liberated is being sexually responsible, which means making sure that you're getting tested regularly, especially if you're having more partners, and protecting yourself, using condoms, using dental dams, using sheer sheets to place over people's vulvas and stuff when you're trying to give them head, or like, you know, eat their asshole or whatever. Like, listen, it ain't that hard. If you're choosing to be sexually active, be responsible. That's it. If you want to have raw sex, go get tested with your partner. Make sure y'all clean. You know what I'm saying? But skin to skin contact, that's how HPV or herpes is skin to skin, and HPV is skin to skin. Yes. So there you have it. And the thing about HPV is that the immune system of many fights it off. But if it doesn't, it can turn into cervical cancer for women. Yeah. Well, so the thing about saran wrap is you have to make sure it's food grade saran wrap, where it doesn't, because all saran wrap is not created equal. Some saran wrap is still porous. So you want to make sure it's food grade saran wrap. And I'm going to be making a video about that too. Different ways that you can protect yourself in the different forms of sex. Because whether people want to believe it or not, oral sex is sex. Analingus is sex. Penetrative sex is sex. You know, oral sex is sex. I don't understand why people don't think that. I don't understand. Yeah. Ooh, excuse me. So, mouthwash very helpful against VB. What's VB? What's VB? Oh yes, I'm saving this video. That's why I went upstairs to downstairs to get my charge at. What happened to what Instagram? You late, bro? BV. Oh, well, see, this is the thing. BV can be caused by many things. BV is basically an overgrowth of bacteria. So if your pH is thrown off, BV can occur. BV is a sexually associated infection. It is not BV is not a sexually transmitted disease, but BV is sexually associated, and you can get BV without ever having sex. Just want to let that be known. A yeast infection and urinary tract infections are also sexually associated infections, but they are not sexually transmitted infections. So a man rinsing his mouth out with mouthwash before sex is very helpful for reducing the amount of bacteria that's being transferred from the mouth to the genitals. And rinsing the mouth out with mouthwash is not necessarily a deterrent, if that makes any sense. It's like, it's helpful. Doesn't mean that you won't get BV from the sexual experience, especially if you're going to be having sex and you're using trash-ass condoms that your vagina may not like. Just saying. That too. When we say wrap it up, use a condom, all condoms are not created equal either. And unfortunately, there are men out here who still don't know how to put them on correctly or how to open a package correctly. If you rip that shit open with your teeth, chances are you might damage that sex. That shit. Phone sex is sex. Yes, it is. Masturbation is sex too, with yourself. So, Stacy Phillip, what are you saying about genital warts, or were you just making a comment about genital warts? The condoms I recommend, I like Mike Rollingwood, which is a large size condom. I like Trojan's polyurethane condoms, the Supras, because they're not made out of latex. And I also like the skin condoms by Lifestyle. They're pretty good as well. Yeah, it's not a cure, but my doc suggests that that it helps. Well, again, like I said, rinsing out the mouth, and that's something I recommend too, is like rinsing out the mouth with mouthwash is helpful. And it is not necessarily a deterrent. So if you're having BV consistently, it may not be your partner. Your partner may not be the only source that's causing that. It could be some lifestyle changes that you may need to implement as well to prevent BV from happening chronically. And if you've noticed that you get BV after you have sex with your partner every time, you and your partner just may not be sexually compatible, especially if you are having raw sex. I mean, not sexually compatible, chemically compatible. If you're having sex raw and you get BV every time, that's some kind of chemical imbalance between you and your partner. If you're having sex with a barrier, it may be the condoms you're using. If you're using lubricant, it could be that too. So there's a lot of things that could be the causing factor of BV. Does rinsing the mouth work? Yeah. No, it was with my ex, and I don't get that from my new man. Exactly. You were not chemically compatible with this man. And this man sounded like he was out here fucking the world. So he was bringing shit back to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's fucking sad. It's like when you get married, right, you think that you're going to be in this committed relationship where this person respects you and your body, and then when you find out that they don't, and then you find out in a way that's fucked up, like you find out when you get burned, right? That's messed up. See? That's what I'm saying, Lorraine. Out here sharing with the world, not protecting himself, bringing that shit back to you, chemically, emotionally, physically incompatible. I'm glad he's an ex now, so you can move on with your life and be happy and clean with your new man. Is the risk high if a woman give birth having herpes in her system? Will the disease infect the baby? That's not something that I have an answer to. What I do know is that if a woman has an outbreak while she's having, or when she's delivering, it can be spread to the baby as well. But yeah, that's something that I would have to do research about. You know, I'm not even sure. But like I said, if you have had chicken pox, you have HSV1 in your system. Cold sores and all that stuff. And if cold sores and all that run in your family, chances are you got HSV1 in your blood too. That's just a fact. So based off of that, I'm not gonna say yes or no to that. I'm gonna do some more research and let you know. So yeah, I learned the hard way. I used a condom and it was so tight that it didn't work out. Yeah, tight condoms are never fun. And tight condoms can also bust. And I'm gonna tell you why condoms also break. Condoms also break when there's no lubrication. I don't understand why people have such an aversion to using lube. Lube is awesome. Lube is necessary. Sometimes, you'll be dehydrated. You need a kick push. And sometimes you want to have 6 rounds or 7 rounds. You need some lube. You know what I'm saying? You definitely need lube when you having anal sex. Yo, this girl told me her first anal experience, they used no lube. I was like, bitch, what are you doing? You just traumatized yourself. The anus does not produce lubrication. It creates mucus, sure. But anal sex without lube is that's like rape. that's not comfortable at all. Lubricant is necessary. Yo, KY is trash. Man, KY is trash. Yo, my recommendation, like honestly, a lot of the lubricants on the market are quite toxic. And I'm doing my research now to discover better lubricants. So if you are not having sex with a barrier, oil-based lubricants are great. Some people use coconut oil. If you have a nut allergy, that wouldn't be the best oil for you. And because coconut oil has an antibacterial quality, coconut oil can also throw off the balance of healthy flora in the vagina. So you want to be careful with that. All these people that are advocating for coconut oil as a good lubricant, the part that you're not thinking about is the antibacterial quality of coconut oil and how it can throw off the balance of bacteria within the vagina. The vagina has a delicate ecosystem of bacteria that lives together, and if you are using an antibacterial product in the vagina, it can throw that off. Okay? Saliva is not a natural lube. Saliva is water-based. Saliva also carries bacteria. And I personally have gotten many a UTI, yeast infection, and BV from men thinking the way that you think, thinking that saliva is a good lubricant. It is not. And saliva will dry up very quickly and can cause very horrible friction burns. I've experienced this. Vaseline is petroleum. It will clog the membranes of the vagina. That's not a good lubrication, okay? There are certain oils that can clog the membranes within the vaginal epithelium, so you don't want to use that. The best oils the best lubricants would be oil-based lubricant that I don't really care for heavy coconut oil base. For me, I like sesame seed oil. If you want to use an oil that can also be a spermicide, neem oil, that would be great. There are many natural lubricant recipes online, and I'm going to be creating my own lube, just letting y'all know. And if you want water-based lube is good, but Good Clean Love is a lubricant on the market that's really good. Aloe vera is also a good lubricant in combination with some other things. I've never tried it, but I plan on trying it. But if you are allergic to aloe, I wouldn't try it. I thought that this was about Nintendo instead of vagina talk. I think you thought what you wanted to think, bro, or sis, whoever you are. But yeah. I used to be very adverse to anal sex because I thought that I wouldn't be able to do it because I have hemorrhoids. Shouts out to Flaming Hots. But I ended up having a great experience with like a previous partner, and like it's something that I do regularly now, and it's comfortable after a while. I'm sub to you and have no real clue what's going on. You are fine, by the way. What's going on though? Oh well, we're just having a conversation right now. Lorraine Jesus, I like coconut oil for giving him head, but not on me or in me. You know, I like coconut oil for giving massages and like, genital massages and stuff like that, like hand jobs and whatnot. Because it's very slick, but I am not a big fan of coconut oil being used inside of me. I don't mind using it on my genitals for like masturbation and stuff, but not internally, if that makes any sense. Um, so I'm gonna do some more research for myself and make my own oil-based lubricant out of the oils that I enjoy and see what it's like. And I also want to make some out of aloe vera gel as well, just to experiment to see how it works. So yeah, good clean love. Yeah, it's a lube. Good clean love. But like I said, a lot like if you look on the back of the bottle and if you just Google a lot of the ingredients in the lubes on the market, it's toxic. And so, like I said, I'm doing my research so that way I can pass on this information to you all. I already have a video concept that's written out about this very thing because I want to educate people about lubricant and the things that we put into our bodies. Because even some of the sex toys that are made on the market are toxic and should not be put in the body. And there have been reports about cases where women have contracted cervical cancer or uterine cancer because of these toxic materials. So, look at this. Michael says, I'm a wealthy white male looking for a black female to play out some slavery fetishes. You think there's a market for that? There are black women out here who will do that. I'm not one of them, no. So, just letting it be known. There is a market for that though, and that is a fetish. That is a fetish, which is interesting, but I don't rock with that shit. I don't. Never done anal before. Here it's really tight. It is. It's an asshole. What else is it gonna be? Assholes are very tight. How do you fix it or go about it? Fix what? Fix what or go about what? Money Success says, slavery fetish? Yo, my man, there's a fetish for every goddamn thing out here. There's fetish for being furniture. Like, people like to be made into furniture. I want to use somebody as a chair. I want to use somebody as a table. I want a bitch to be hanging from the ceiling like she a goddamn chandelier. Like, I want to have a whole room with people in pornophilia. Michael, go to FetLife. Exactly. Asia said it. Go to FetLife.com, Michael. Create you a profile. Find you a black woman that want to get that wants to do that, cause they're out there. I'm just saying. Money Success. Picking that cotton is turning me on. You stupid. Shut up. Nicole loves it. Have you ever done a threesome? Yes, I have. And all of your questions are going to be answered in a small guide that I am currently writing for my website that will be for sale hopefully sometime next week. Yes. I've had many of threesomes. It's like once I had the first one, they just kept coming and coming and coming and coming and coming, pun intended. So people keep asking me questions about threesome and all that, and strictly vanilla people who are sexually monogamous, y'all need help with that. Because there's a lot about threesomes that y'all don't even understand. And just trying to go out to a club and pick somebody up is very dangerous. So I am currently writing a guide about that right now. And like I said, it'll be published sometime next week, God willing. God willing. Nicole, love, I had one and it was comfortable and I realized I don't like sharing. But this the thing though. You ain't sharing. You're not sharing. You're just having fun with somebody else, enjoying your partner at the same time. You love socks? Me too, Alpha Dog. Morgan says, how do you go about fixing it or how to handle someone who can't get hard? That is something that they need to fix. You can't fix that, sis. If a man is having erectile issues, it is a symptom of something else going on in his body that he needs to address. And it could be psychological, physiological, or sociological, or environmental. Stop fapping is not necessarily the issue, bro. Like I said, there are many factors that can contribute to why a man is not able to keep an erection, and it mainly has to do with blood flow to the pelvis, and there are many things that can happen within your physical environment, within your physical body, or within your psychology that can impede the flow of blood to the pelvis. So it's not necessarily, oh, stop drinking alcohol, stop fapping. And only a man, the man who is experiencing that, can really identify what that is. And even if he can't identify what that is, then he needs to talk to his doctor first to see what the issue could be. And then once his doctor has given him a proper diagnosis, then go about treating it, because erectile dysfunction is a symptom. It is not a disease in itself. Erectile dysfunction is a symptom of something else going on within the body, or within a relationship, or within an environment that is impeding upon his ability to get an erection. So once you can remove the underlying cause of the symptom, then full restoration and utilization of his genitals will be, or should I say full access to his genitals and the use of his genitals and full function of his genitals will be restored. But not until you figure that out. Not until you figure that out. Why do some men drip pre-cum in excitement? Pre-cum is mucus, okay? And the reason why that mucus is created is actually to prepare the vas deferens to receive sperm. So, men also pee through the urethra, right? And that acid creates an acidic environment that can kill sperm. So in order for the body to prepare for a successful ejaculation, the body creates pre-cum, A, to lubricate the vagina, and B, to neutralize the acid or the acidity of the urethra so that semen can pass through and the sperm won't get damaged, and C, to neutralize, not even necessarily neutralize, but to prepare the acidic environment of the vagina. The vagina is acidic naturally, and so sperm cannot live in an acidic environment. So pre-cum is produced so that the pH level of the vagina can heighten, so that way sperm can swim safely through the vagina and get to the egg that's been dropped. So it's all scientific, really. That's it. Some men have a few drops of pre-cum, some don't pre-cum at all, and some men, they have a lot of pre-cum. You cannot get pregnant from it. Studies have shown that the amount of sperm present in a man's pre-cum, which isn't a lot, cannot produce pregnancy. And if a man has recently ejaculated and he has peed after that a few times, the urethra is clear of sperm. So no, you cannot get pregnant from pre-cum. How do I feel about the lady wearing pumps in the bedroom? She can do whatever she wants. I personally have had too many experiences where I have kicked people in the head during sex, so I don't even wear them in the bedroom, like in bed. But in role play and stuff, yeah, sure. What up, T the Star? Prescription medications can cause ED. There are plenty of medical issues that can cause ED. Again, the only way that you can know what's causing it is to go and get a proper diagnosis from your primary care physician. There's a lot of things that can cause it. But when someone's asking me how they can help someone who has ED, I'm not going to tell you what it could be. The only thing that you can do is Encourage that man to go and see a doctor so he can find it out. Can a woman get pregnant having sex on her cycle? I'm not sure if on her cycle, but I know most definitely days after, yes. Yeah. Would you suggest anal plugs before trying anal with someone? I mean, you could if you wanted to. I mean, an anal plug can be used for DP. So if you want to experience double penetration, so if a person wanted to experience like being penetrated anally without like the constant stroke, then you can use an anal plug and then have vaginal sex. If you are having sex with a woman anally. Now, if it's a guy, you know, guys use butt plugs all the time. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to use a butt plug to help relax the anal sphincters, sure, you can use it before anal. A lot of the starlets who have anal scenes, they'll use butt plugs. They'll wear a butt plug a few hours before, like after they've cleansed and everything, they'll use a butt plug before their scene to kind of help with that. The very first time I had a successful anal experience, I didn't wear a butt plug. But you want to know what helps me out a lot with anal? Weed. Being high. Speaking of, where is my pen? So yeah. I didn't know if you answered the heels, pumps, and bed. I already did. Threesomer app is an app where you can meet up with people who want to have threesomes. That's it. What info on how to orgasm be in your book as well? I often hear my friends describe to me how it feels, and unfortunately at 26 years old, I have not yet to feel that. No, that will not be in my book, and I actually have a program right now called Master Your Orgasm that starts tomorrow, and it features a basic introduction to authentic tantra, which is a healing modality that's rooted in somatic healing and Tibetan tantric practices, and it will help you with connecting to your body so that you can experience the orgasm that you seek. And what your friends are describing is not necessarily the only way to experience an orgasm, because most of the time women are experiencing clitoral orgasms, which are mainly like pelvic concentrated, and they're short-lived. And there are over 15 different orgasms that women can have. So do not feel bad that you think you have not experienced one yet. Because the truth of the matter is, a lot of women are holding an expectation of what an orgasm is supposed to look like and may actually be experiencing orgasms, but because you're not aware of how your body works, you're missing out on it. You're not even aware of it. And you're holding a heavy expectation for what an orgasm should feel and look like. So no, that information will not be in my book, but that information is available to anyone that wants to learn more about it through participating in my programs that are rooted in authentic tantra. So, dry humping is okay for anyone that wants to do it. It doesn't matter. Do you think any woman can squirt? I have never experienced that. All women have the ability to ejaculate in 4 different ways: female ejaculation, squirting, creaming, and gushing. 2 are urethral emissions, 2 are vaginal emissions. Every woman has the ability, and if you do not have strong pelvic muscles, if you are not aware of what your body is doing during sex, and if you are not relaxed, you're not going to squirt. And squirting is actually lymphatic drainage as well, so it's actually very healthy for you. So even if you haven't squirted, I'm pretty sure you have come in one of the 4 ways. So like people put squirting up on this this pedestal. Like if you don't do it, somehow you're a broken woman. Absolutely not. Just because you don't squirt doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. I really want y'all to understand, like, yeah, it's great if you do it, and squirting doesn't mean anything in itself. It feels good, but it's quite annoying. As a woman who is a regular squirter, like, it's really annoying to have to clean that shit up all the time. You know, it's like you gotta get special non-absorbent sheets just so you're not sleeping in the wet spot. But you can come in 4 different ways. So don't get stuck on squirting as the only way if you want to see yourself have an emission. But all women can do it though. What are the benefits does smoking weed have during sex? Embodiment. It heightens sensation. And it allows you to be more focused and aware, but it also depends on the person because not everyone responds to weed the same way. Money, success, legacy. I just said the 4 ways that women ejaculate. So you're going to have to watch this again in order to hear that. What do you think about a male watching transgender videos and getting off to it? It doesn't matter. People are attracted to what they are attracted to. One thing that I want you all to realize about the way that I educate is that I do not voice my opinion about what other people are attracted to. I do not voice my opinion about what other people choose to do sexually, because that would mean I'm casting a judgment, and that's not what I'm here to do. What I am here to do is to advocate for sexual liberation and sexual freedom and sexual awareness for all people. And what I am here to do is to advocate for safer sex. And safer sex means being able to have sex in innocence without thinking that you're doing something wrong. So it sounds like, Pam, that you are having an experience with a man who you might have caught, who you enjoy or who you like, watching transgender porn, and you feel some type of way about it. And honestly, people cannot help what they're attracted to. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with watching whatever type of porn that you want, no matter how crazy it is. Me and my best friend just watched bitches suck horse dick and basically masturbate with horse dick and let horses come all over them. And we watched it because I told her that people out in this world do that. And she was like, they do? I said, yep. Let me pull up some videos right now. Does that make me a bad person for watching that? Absolutely not. Am I attracted to it? No. I felt bad for the horse. I felt like the horse was being raped. The horse didn't even consent to that. And I just keep thinking to myself like, oh God, how does your vagina smell? How does your vagina smell? No, bestiality is not my thing, yo. Watching porn in general is bad for your sex life. Is that true? No, it's not true. I'm 13 and I can't wait to get older and have Glamerotica. You're my favorite YouTuber. You make it look easy. I have tried your sex positions. However, it was with my girlfriend and it was dry humping. Hey, bro, cryptic plays. I love dry humping. When I was like 16, 15, 16, that's all I used to do. I used to love that shit. I used to love playing and making out. It was great. And I'm glad that you are here on this page to get some good education. And we were just talking about it earlier, how 13-year-olds need education too. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, like, I could get in trouble for talking to 13-year-olds about sex because then I'm promoting underage sex. That's so stupid. So stupid. I don't know how you get past the age restriction that they've put on my videos, bro. But I appreciate you for advocating for yourself. So, I don't feel some type of way. He's thinking it's bad and he's gay. I voiced my opinion, but I didn't judge him. Well, that's something he got to deal with, sis. Like, he got to deal with that. Because it sounds like he got some issues within his own sexuality that he needs to come clean with. And it's like, bro, you gay. Like, so what's going on? Oh my God. So, no. It's like literally nothing wrong with it. You can do whatever you want. Is it true that regular anal sex damages the area after a while? I've never done it myself yet though. Red locks. You gotta be having anal sex every day, all day for your rectal tone to be damaged. Like literally, you have to be having anal sex and only anal sex all the time, multiple times in a day for your rectal tone to just be done. So yeah, damage can be sustained to the anus very easily. So you could have anal sex once and you could have tears, you could have rips, you could be damaged, absolutely, from having anal sex one time if you're not doing it correctly. And you can lose rectal tone over time if you're doing it all the time. But like, you know, if you plan on having anal sex once in a while, you'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about. As long as you're using lube and you're going slow and you're making sure that you are communicating throughout the entire experience. And as the receiver, you are responsible for 70% of the communication in any sexual act, whether it be oral, anal, vaginal. If you are the receiver of the pleasure, you are responsible for 70% of the communication. Most comfortable sex positions, that is a subjective judgment. Most comfortable sex positions depends on the person who is performing or who is participating in the sex. So that's not something that I can give you advice on. You just have to try them and see which ones are most comfortable for you. Because when you say most comfortable sex position, it's like, I don't give my opinion cryptic plays. I don't give my opinion because opinions don't mean anything. And when you say most comfortable sex position, it's like, are you talking about comfortability for the receiver or for the giver? So that's the whole thing. It's like, that's a subjective thing based off of the people who are in. I can't give you that answer. I keep telling you. You have to try the positions and then ask your partner who is receiving how they feel about it. Have you ever experienced an anal orgasm? Yes, I have. Don't have much time to watch, but want to thank you for all you do in educating the masses. I still do your tongue workouts and watch your riding video. Bless you. Bless you too. Thank you. Listen, there are certain things that are subjective. And subjective meaning it is determined by the people who are having the experience. So as an educator, I'm going to give you guys factual information and then information for you to try. What I will not do is tell you what is the best of anything for anyone, because I don't know that. Because there is nothing about sex that is absolute for everyone. Nothing. There is nothing that is absolute about sex. So there are plenty of more position videos coming up. Plenty. When my app drops. I've watched a ton of your videos. I sometimes binge watch them. That's dope. Underage sex is wrong. Have you taught about the young girls that get pregnant because of this? Excuse me. You should be talking to the people who are having sex at young ages, and there's nothing wrong about young people interacting with each other. Nothing wrong with that at all. And the young girls that get pregnant from having sex when they're young is because they are uneducated about how to properly care for their sexual health. So really, William, what you should be doing is actually talking to the legislatures of our state departments about implementing proper and comprehensive sex education so that these young girls don't get pregnant. Oh, and you want to know what else too? Teen pregnancy is actually down in the United States if you look at the statistics. So that's just what it is. How about you talk to your local congressman about getting some sex education in your schools, and then you won't have to worry about young girls getting pregnant. Because I advocate for safer sex all the way around, and birth control in some kind of form if you're going to be having sex, period, no matter what age you are. So these people need to be, people need to be educated. That's it. Cryptic plays, you have access to her catalog. Take a look there. Exactly. I've learned good sex comes with freeing your mind. Asha has a point there. Asha has a point there. Amazing sex happens when you can free your mind and when you can feel safe with the person that you are having sex with. Yeah. Thank you, Karina. Tabitha said, William has been read. Read! Yes, you just got read. Cryptic plays. Yes, condoms at 13. Is there an age limit on and I gotta look into this to see if there's an age limit for when you can buy condoms. But they give out free condoms at clinics as well. Doesn't matter what age. If you have a penis that is going to be sticking inside of a person, a woman or man, doesn't matter. If you have a working penis and you're gonna be using it in sex, wrap that shit up. You're from the United Kingdom, not USA. Don't matter. It don't matter. How about you hit up the people in the UK who are responsible for implementing sex education in your province or whatever you call them over there? How about you advocate for that? How about you advocate for more comprehensive sex education in the UK? Because y'all need that shit too. And And I've been to the UK several times to teach. And y'all desperately need sex education. Y'all repressed as hell, okay? This channel is really great. We need sexual knowledge because schools have failed to educate us. I salute you for taking your time to educate the people in need. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for appreciating me because it's messed up out here. It's messed up out here. And it's messed up that they're literally trying to set us back here in the U.S. They're trying to set us back. Like, really though? Y'all have a different way of looking at sex, but y'all not no different, William. Because like I said, I got hella UK following. I have people that come to my events all the time when I'm in the UK. You guys are so repressed in the UK and very conservative. You're very proper with your sexual expression. Nothing wrong with that. But y'all need education just like everybody else. Point blank, period. Advocate for that in your country, my man. Just saying. Just saying. I think parents need to educate their children, not only schools. And parents need to be educated too, because parents don't be knowing a damn thing either. You think that if we don't currently have sex education, that they have proper sex education? Absolutely not. You have parents that never even speak to their children about sex because they don't know what to say. Adults need to get educated first before they can educate their children. So we need to advocate for sex education all the way around. Just saying. And I agree with that. Parents do need to be educating their children. But I would rather a parent educate themselves first before they try to give misinformation to their children. Oh, thank you, Queen. Queen Trinidad. See you, Cryptic. Hello from Spain. Hello, Bolton. Michael says, sex is between the ears, not the legs. It's actually both, but you know. It's both working in tandem. The brain is the largest sex organ, and it's responsible for sending the signals to the rest of your body to prepare it for sexual arousal. Your autonomic nervous system is responsible for your sexual arousal. So it all starts in the brain, and then your genitals are the endpoint. Hello, Norway. I feel like having young leads down a road of hurt and headache from experience. Sex is normal, but with maturity and guidance, it's safe. You know what it is, Asha, and I, you know, the experiences that you've had are lessons that God would have you learn. And I don't think, it's not as much about the age, it's about education. If young people were educated about sex and what sex is and how it's done, and educated about pleasure and consent and safety and how to protect yourself and pleasure specifically, if young people were educated about that, then things would be a lot different. It would. But again, they don't want us teaching 13 through 17-year-olds about pleasure. They don't. They don't even want us teaching 13 through 17-year-olds about condoms. So, you know, and I do agree, with maturity comes more awareness and more knowledge. When you're young, you're just doing whatever you see, and you're doing whatever you feel, and you're doing whatever you've heard about, you know, and then you're sneaking around and doing it too, and you're not doing it innocently. And when you get older, you have a stronger sense of like safety and awareness in doing it. And then of course you've probably read more things, you've probably gotten more advice, taken some classes, whatever. And you know, I just think if there was more education, it would be a lot different. If we teaching about sex, they will do more problems. No, that's not true. If we teach about sex, I know that things will be a lot better. But because we're not teaching about it, and because we're leaving people to be educated by Pornhub and shit, this is where we're at right now in life. A lot of parents back in the 60s and 70s said they didn't know anything when they had sex. Of course, how would they? People think that like just because the desire to have sex is natural, that the technique on how to do things and the technique to make sex pleasurable is natural, and people think that because we have a desire to have sex that the knowledge of how to protect ourselves is natural and inherent, and it is not. You have to learn all this stuff. You got to learn it. Yeah, this person can be hidden from my channel now. So anyway, let me go back. I think that sex education is important and that teens and adolescents should know that they have two choices because abstinence isn't the only way. It's not. Abstinence education is trash. It's like, oh, saying, oh, don't have sex at all. That's the solution. Yeah, okay. That's like saying don't scratch a mosquito bite when a motherfucker bites you. That shit itches. You're gonna scratch it, no matter what. So, saying, not telling teenagers who have just entered into puberty, who have high raging hormones, not to have sex is absolutely ridiculous. Williams bows, I have 5 and I'm a very mature woman. I thought my children are so you're wrong, not her. Lorraine, he has been blocked. Amanda said, why are you on this channel for to judge her? Bye, exactly. Does that sound like Funkadelic? I used to date the drummer of Funkadelic. Yeah, good times. Good times. But, put coconut oil on that mosquito bite. Don't scratch. Listen, y'all kill me with the coconut oil. I am not a fan. Coconut oil does nothing for my skin. Coconut oil dries my skin out. My body type does not do well with coconut oil at all. My mom told me if I kiss a boy, I get pregnant, so I learned in the street. See, that's what I'm saying. Listen, there are 8 different ways that we primarily, I'm with cocoa butter. I love cocoa butter. Coconut oil, negative. When I make my own oils, I put coconut oil in it to make it fluffier. But using coconut oil by itself does nothing for my skin. Listen, we all learn about sex from what I call the 8 P's. Peers is one of them. And parents is another. So I'll go through the 8 P's in another video. But yeah, it's sad when you gotta learn from the streets and you look to your parents to teach you the truth and they just don't, and because they're too scared. I love shea butter. I love cocoa butter. I love mango butter. I love any butters. But coconut oil? No. I like almond oil. I like sesame oil. But I'm not a fan of coconut oil. I'm just not. Yeah, that's true. Maturity have a lot to do with it, and also educating yourself. I actually just watched your videos last night showing all the parts of the vagina. I think you meant vulva, because I don't have a video yet about the vagina, but I will, because anatomy is so important, and it's really important for it's just important, period, to know like sexual anatomy. Because when you know sexual anatomy, then you understand why certain positions feel the way they do. When you know sexual anatomy, you understand why genitals were made the way that they're made. Like, foreskin was there for a reason because it's physiologically compatible with the vagina. Michael, you taking me back, man. One Nation Under a Groove. It's like one of my favorite songs that they perform. I've been in a sandwich between Sir Knowles and George Clinton more times than I can count. And I've danced on stage with P-Funk more times than I can count. And the last show that I attended with them, well, not the last show, one of the last shows, was the Pitchfork Festival in Chicago last year, which was absolutely lit. I got to be on stage with them right next to the drum set. I was up on a big, like, jumbotron. I felt like a fucking rock star. And I got to meet Q-Tip after that, and I got to meet my favorite, Ice-T, and he gave me like the best compliment in the world. It was like, he told me I got the look and I should be a star. And then he said that I'm everything. I was like, oh shit, Ice-T just said I'm everything. And I got an awesome picture with him that I put up on social media. So yeah, good times with P-Funk, man, good times. You know, as sex education includes info on talking to individuals to get the truth of their intentions, then go for it. Info on talking to individuals to get the truth of their intentions, then go for it. What does that mean exactly? I'm not actually clear. Classic E says, depends on your skin what type of oil you use. Yeah. And it depends on your body type as well. I just learned that, you know, in Ayurvedic medicine, there are 3 different body types: Pitta, Vata, and I forgot the third one. And depending on your body type and its combination, it determines what types of oils you're able to absorb. So not everyone can use coconut oil, and coconut oil is not a moisturizer, to be honest. People don't even know that. It's not a moisturizer. Estheticians will tell you that though. I learned from my stepmother at 9 years old, licking it. Your stepmother made you lick her pussy, or am I reading that wrong? I'm really confused. Please share my videos with your boo. No need for info about sex, but the risk about immoral things. I don't know what you're talking about. You sound crazy. But anyway, yeah, you know what? I'm with Amanda. Like, I don't understand why people come on to my channel when it says in the description it's about sex, to talk about shit or to try to judge shit that we're talking about here. Like, why are you here? You clearly want to be here because you want to be in our presence, which is completely fine. It's completely okay. But why come on somebody's channel to drag or try to attack? Like, that don't make sense to me. Alpha Dog said, I got a dry skin, so that's why butter works better. Yeah, I like butter better. The Queen Skrilla said, I tried coconut oil body wash and was highly disappointed. Yo, I can't. Like, they put coconut oil as a description and everything. And I'm like that's a selling point. Not for me, it's not. Just saying. You know that live is full of bullshit. What are you talking about? You gotta go. I'm sorry. This person's annoying. Coconut oil can be used for skin dryness and your scalp. Negative. Coconut oil is, oh my God, it's the worst for your hair. It's the worst for your hair. Coconut oil is not for dry skin. Coconut oil is actually an additive to most butters so that it's fluffy. But it's literally not a moisturizer, and it's not good for your hair. It's not. Love you too, Selorm. But anyway, guys, let me go. I just wanted to have a conversation because I haven't been on in a while. It's been fun talking to you. And, you know, I've had apprehension in the past about logging on and doing lives because so many people in the past would come on and be fucking rude. And I'm happy that this broadcast has been more positive and interactive than it has been annoying. So I appreciate all of you. Michael Simmons, I just want to say, if you have not already addressed the sexual abuse and the trauma that comes from that, please do. You may not think that it's affecting you, and in some way, it most definitely is, because that's not okay for someone who that's just not okay. That's sexual abuse, and that is a form of trauma, and hopefully that's something you've already addressed in your life. I really hope you have. Oh, I hid that person. I've hidden a few people from this broadcast. It was like 3 or 4 people. But yeah, I deleted the comments. Girl, the Queen Skrilla, I can't wait till I make more videos either. I love creating content. It's like my favorite thing to do. Now, hemp seed oil is good. But you know what I found out about hemp seed oil too for myself? For myself, because I've experimented with hemp seed oil, it's not good for me by itself. I have to mix it in again with like other butters or other oils. So it just all depends on your body type and your skin type. So don't mind the rude people. My friends have me hooked to your site. Love it. Please keep going. Thank you, Lene. Great to see you. Ever since watching you, I have gained so much knowledge and understanding. Love you, gal. Thank you, queen. Listen, classic Manny. Just because they put something on the jar does not mean that it's factual. I'm just saying. There are plenty of articles from estheticians, plenty of articles from people who deal in skin and all that, that will tell you that coconut oil is not a moisturizer. Even if you look at the chemical compounds of coconut oil in itself, it's not a moisturizer. It's just not. And they may say that on the container, and it's not that. And it doesn't do the same thing for everyone's skin. So that's a fact. That's not my opinion. Okay, good, Michael. I'm glad you have addressed it, because we don't talk enough about men who have been sexually abused and, you know, advocating for their health. You wrote a book? Wow. Just imagine I made my girlfriend come via licking. Just imagine if I used all my entire body. Couldn't she die? And what? You're retarded. I don't like. What be up with the trolls, G? Like, I can't understand the trolls on social media. Michael, I would really love to read that book. I would. If you can, like, send a copy, you know, if you can send a copy or point us into the direction of where the book is located, if it is published, that would be awesome. Michael, women love you too. And I'm glad you didn't let that situation deter you from being a good man. I appreciate you for doing the work to heal from that. And I think that more men need to be appreciated. And I think more men need to be appreciated for doing the work to heal. And I think more men need to be appreciated for actually admitting when things have happened to them that just are not savory, you know, and they're not right. So anyway, y'all, I love y'all. We've talked about everything from YouTube videos to my app to anal sex to circumcision, uncircumcised penises, female genital mutilization. We talked about coconut oil and butters. We talked about 13-year-olds having sex and sex education, and we talked about all kind of stuff. So I appreciate you all. Love you all. I'll be back again to broadcast. Yeah, and just follow my social media at real Glamerotica101 on Instagram, at Glamerotica101 on Twitter. Oh yeah, slavery fetishes, right. High key, I almost forgot that one. We talked about that too. So yeah, just know that I love all of you, and this is a safe place of non-judgment for you guys to come and express yourselves. And we talked about Michael being healed, yes. So appreciate you all. Love you all from around the world. Have a great night. Have a great morning, wherever you are. And we'll talk again soon. Bye.